Can you tell us where you were August 15th at 11 p.m.?
Detective, that was 3 weeks ago.
You gonna get yours. And I hope you burn in hell. You first.
So you don't remember?
I run a Fortune 500 company, so I have a very busy schedule.
Who do we kill first?
Sitting down across the number. Here's gets a block, takes off, and he is gone. Trying to stay upright, and he trips. Very important people. Oh my God, what the heck?
What's up, y'all? It is time. It's time again. Tuesday night. That's right. It's time. TMI Sports Talk. Brought to you by Mr. TMI. But also my co-host, none other than B.Jeezy himself. What up, B.Jeezy?
What's going on, Tate?
Hey, man. We had a hell of a sports weekend. My goodness. We got to talk about this stuff, man. We got to talk about, but the main topic of the night is Pat Mahomes now the GOAT. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into that. But tonight, mainly what we want to do is we want to rank the Super Bowl from everything. We want to rank everything about we talking everything, all things Super Bowl tonight. Okay. So, in saying that, let's get started. I'm going to turn it over to B.Jeezy. B.Jeezy, first of all, what were your overall thoughts of the Super Bowl?
I thought the first half was a little sluggish, a little slow. Maybe it was the nerves of both teams. You've seen a lot of 3-and-outs. You've seen a lot of sloppy play. You've seen a lot of fumbles, interceptions. So they wasn't really clicking. San Francisco got a little momentum in the first half, but I don't feel like they capitalized as they should. But that second half, after that third quarter, man, that was probably one of the best stretches of a Super Bowl, even into that overtime. So it was almost like we were watching two games. You know, the first half was and then the second half in the overtime was like a whole different game that was being played. Not everybody clicking, everybody making plays, everybody's efficient. So it was.
Was it me or you? Hey, so I agree with your assessment of that. But hell, let's get into the game itself. What's up, Marionette? Hey, the game itself, in my opinion, was a great game. Mm-hmm. But I think San Francisco pissed it away. At the end of the half, it should have at least, at the minimum, been 24-10.
Okay.
Should have been 24-10. Easy. You can't keep giving Pat Mahomes that many opportunities. San Francisco, y'all had them flustered. They was fighting each other and arguing and pacing back and forth and unsure of themselves and everything. Y'all had them up against the ropes, and y'all said, okay, come off the ropes. Y'all good. And when I saw the halftime score, if I'm not mistaken, what was it, BGZ?
I believe it was 17.
Or was it 17? Okay, so it was 17-10?
Yeah. 17,
something like that?
Yeah.
Anyway, when I saw them within one score, I said, this game is the Chiefs. First of all, shout out to my boy who went for the 49ers and now had to pay me 20 bands. That's right, 20 bands, baby. Yeah, $20. and he immediately cashed out that $20 as soon as the game was over. I appreciate. Soon as dude caught the touchdown, I saw the cash app. But bling, hey, you got it. But I'm gonna say this, man. Going into the second half, I think it was a shootout. It was a great defensive scheme to everybody, let's lock down, and then greatness had to rise up. But if you'd have put enough cushion in the first half, greatness couldn't have got past that. Nope. Because he really didn't do nothing the second half. What was the final score in the overtime? Was it 25-22?
Yep.
So I hate to say this, man. 49ers more gave that away than Kansas City wanted.
I agree with you. I will agree. They missed out on a lot of opportunities, and I hate to say it, but when you look at the quarterback play, it was a huge difference between the way Purdy played and the way Mahomes played.
So we saying Purdy played pretty
much like a game manager. I hate to use that term, Tate, because
didn't they say that's what he is?
That's what Cam Newton had been saying, and everybody was against that narrative. Oh, don't call him that. Oh, they was in the championship game last year. Now they're in the Super Bowl. But when you look at that game, he didn't really do anything to stand out from the criticism that he was getting as a game manager. He didn't throw any interceptions. He didn't lose the ball, but he didn't do enough to put them in a position to win that game either.
He careful they ass out of a Super Bowl. That's what happened. You want to play so careful. They took no serious chances because at one point they had the running game going and the passing game. They had it going. But then this is what happens. Their long field offense is great, but that red zone offense suck. That red zone offense suck. You need somebody who you can, throw it to them in the end zone, let them get up and go get it. And you don't. I mean, yeah, you can say Debo,
Ayuk.
But what did they do? Who was the one? Was he a rookie that caught the pass?
The number 15. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah. He also threw a touchdown.
Now, I'm glad you said that. I think San Francisco's entire game plan was wrong. Let me tell you why. First half, you showed all your tricks. You showed your hand. When they were flying around the ball, going crazy, mucking the game up, don't you think you might want to switch halves? Shock them the second half so they can't go in the locker room and adjust to y'all behinds.
Yeah.
Come out, but don't, not the way they were. Like the first half, they were going crazy. They were smoking them boys. However, you showed them your hand too early, and they were able to adjust. When they were frustrated, imagine if that's in the second half. 49ers taking it home. 49ers taking it home.
Yep.
But I think it was just wrong. The game plan should have been reversed. Your second half should have been your first, and your first half should have been your second half.
Now, Tate, what you think about, because they've been receiving a lot of criticism all week about the overtime. You know, the rules changed.
I thought it was
So it's
fair.
no longer the first team that scores. Both teams get the ball and you play 2 quarters. So do you think that despite the first half, the second half, now we're talking about the overtime, do you think that San Francisco was right in getting the ball first and trying to score? I think that they were, but they're getting criticism saying, oh, you don't give Mahomes the ball with 4 downs in order to beat you.
I don't think. I think I think it would have turned out that way regardless of who got the ball first. Reason why I say that is because Pat Mahomes would have went down and scored a touchdown, but y'all ass get in the red zone and can't do nothing but score 3 points.
Yep.
It's the same result. If you'd have went your ass down there and scored a touchdown and they score a touchdown, now y'all going back and forth. When it comes to the overtime rules, I hated the previous overtime rules. I absolutely hated them. Because that first person to score shit, okay, that's a flip of a coin and a good foot.
Yep.
That's stupid. That is the dumbest rule in the world. You're not gonna give me a chance to get back at this motherfucker?
Nope.
Hold on a second. Before I continue, we got to bring in none other than Mr. Black in the building. What's up?
What's going on, fellas? Sorry about the tardiness. Sorry.
You good,
Busy
man.
Busy man sometime. What we on right now?
I know damn well you are excited about this show because you're a football fanatic.
For sure.
And the Super Bowl is what we're talking about. We're talking all things Super Bowl, and right now we are right in the middle of talking about the game itself.
Yes, great game.
Let's go ahead and get what your opinion of the game itself is.
Man, so of course, all three of us, our team's gone. You know what I'm saying? From the Super Bowl
Mine was gone
playoffs,
from
whatever.
preseason. Shit.
So in the end, man, as a spectator, as a fan, you just want a good game. You
Facts.
don't want to go and have this, get your dip and your wings and all that conversation, and it's a blowout. So for me, what I enjoyed of that it was a great game. I enjoyed that. It wasn't easy. San Francisco gave Kansas City problems. Kansas City gave San Francisco problems, of course, and ultimately ended up winning. But I thought that besides the little OT thing at the end, which I don't want to jump ahead too much, I felt like they were both prepared, you know what I'm saying? And they were ready to play. Like, there wasn't no, miss assignments like that and things where you just seen people running wide open and stuff like that. It was a chess match. It was some good performances. And Patrick Mahomes at the end showed why he that dude right now, man, and why you can't leave him no time on the clock, you know what I'm saying, to come back and win a game. So I loved it, man. I loved it from the halftime show to the game. I thought it was great.
I'm going to tell you just like this, man. I'm going to say it again. I thought it was a great game. I'm glad it was a competitive game because you do get those Super Bowls that be like, oh, shit, they won in the first quarter. I'm going to say this, Mr. Black, and I said it already. I think San Francisco pissed it away more than Kansas City wanted because the first half, they should have had at least 24 points. At least 24 points. And even with Mahomes' performance in the second half, it wouldn't have overcame if they would have got those points. You can't get down to the red zone that many times and not put it in the end zone.
Right.
Not and beat Mahomes. No, you can't do it. Also, and I'm going through mine real quick. I'll let BGZ reiterate. I think that San Francisco's game plan was reversed. You come out in the first half and you got them flustered. You got them fussing at each other and everything. Y'all flying around the ball. Y'all making them make mistakes. Pat Mahomes throwing interception. You got all that going. And then you come out in the second half and you play chess. You should have played chess the first half and then came out and mucked the water up in the second half. Because now you give them no opportunity to go in that damn locker room and make the adjustment.
Yeah, should have put more separation for sure.
Yep.
Like Andy and them should have been thinking about, damn, how do we chip away at this lead versus
Yeah.
we're still in the game? You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like, hey guys, it's cool. We're still in the game. That was kind of the feeling more so going into halftime versus saying like, hey, we got a little hill to climb, because it was still a game at halftime. It was still anybody's game at halftime.
True that. But it shouldn't have been anybody's game, though. That's just my
No, for
opinion.
sure.
Shouldn't have been anybody.
No.
San Francisco should have, unless they gave up one of them. Who the hell was way up and then got beat? I was so pissed. Was it Atlanta?
Yep.
Yeah, Atlanta and New
Atlanta
England
pissed away that lead. Man, I was so pissed at Atlanta, man. I said, did y'all drink in the locker room for
the worst Super Bowl I ever saw as far as a comeback. As far as a team having a lead, it's the worst team choke job I ever saw. It might be more out there. I'm just saying that I've witnessed in my time on this earth, it was the worst Super Bowl lead blown that I've seen.
I agree. And I'm in Atlanta right now, and I talked to a lot of the residents or whatever about that, and they are still mad. They are still disappointed. They love this team. These people, they love the Falcons like the Chicago people. They love the Falcons like y'all love the Bears.
Right.
Yeah,
and it's still a sore spot. It's still a sore spot for these people here about how they blew that Super Bowl.
No, I understand, man. Anytime you got Tom Brady up 28-3, it just looks like there is no way they're going to win this game because the Atlanta defense is on their ass. And, on offense, man, they got, at the time, was that Julio and all them different dudes out there. And, no, it was crazy, man. BGZ, what was your what did you say about the game? What did you think?
I think that San Francisco, they didn't play the game that they should have played. I think what Tate was saying is true. They should have been doing what they was doing in the second half and the first half, because the second half they were throwing the ball an unusual amount of times for a team that had the lead. Usually when you got the lead, you're going to run that clock down. You're going to eat up yardage. You're going to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. And I really didn't get why they were throwing the ball so much. And it's like, I was telling Tate before you joined, I hate to say it, bro, but all the flack that Purdy was getting by being a game manager, he managed that game. I don't see anything that he did that's like, wow, I can't believe he made that throw. Or how did he fit that in there? Or, this. He didn't do none of that. He just did enough to keep them in the game, and he didn't do enough to win them the game. And I think that was why they didn't win.
I think, man, that Cal Shanahan, to me, is very interesting when it comes to this game. Because when you start thinking about, so for one, you got to think about pressure that people may not talk about that I think may have been on Cal. For one, you got the expectation that your dad is Mike Shanahan, Super Bowl winning head coach. You expecting that to extend to Cal to also become this Super Bowl winning head coach. So as we was just talking, the 28-3, he was a part of that. He was a part of that choke job to where the Patriots came back to beat the Falcons. He was offensive coordinator. So you got that. I think the very next season he went to San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken. So you got Cal, the pressure of choking away that. Then he already lost a Super Bowl to, was it Kansas City or was it somebody else? Was it Kansas City the last time they lost?
Kansas City beat them 4 years ago.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So you got them losing that Super Bowl. And then you got, this Super Bowl. So it's like, okay, now the conversations are going to start being had of, okay, can he actually win the championship? Can he win the Super Bowl? Because you got the blunder of the 28-3. You got the loss to Mahomes when he was still Patrick Mahomes in, but you're talking about a different level of Patrick Mahomes now. You know what I'm saying? 4 years ago. And this is without Tyreek Hill. This is us having questions about the receiving core. Is Travis Kelce losing a step? Things like that. So you lose, this Super Bowl and you had a lead at halftime. So now it's like the pressure of going into halftime, you up. Did that get in your head a little bit? Is this why Christian McCaffrey didn't get the ball as much as he should have when running the ball, or your scheme? Like, I don't. Did Debo even have a rushing attempt? You know, it's just certain things that you see from San Francisco that they look like this dominant team in the regular season. Those
Right.
elements didn't seem to be at play in the Super Bowl. And it's like, you don't wait to the Super Bowl to change your DNA. You know, you figure that out during the season. By the time you get to the Super Bowl, this is the team that we are. This is how we're going to beat you. Try to stop it. But when you're trying to devise a scheme specifically for the Super Bowl, you might get yourself in trouble right there. Because San Francisco, to me, they are physical. I'm going to hit you in the mouth. And even though we got this white boy running this ball, shit, he going to get after you. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't get that yesterday. Now, Kansas City defense ain't no punks. And the difference between maybe that first Super Bowl and this one is their defense this time around, much better.
Yep.
They couldn't block Chris Jones or Pennell. I was looking at, I'm like, man, this dude, I don't watch much Kansas City games. But the other defensive tackle, that joker looked like, man, he was just tossing them dudes aside, man. I'm just like, listen, man. So I don't know if, again, that got in the 49ers' head a little bit, and they felt like they had to play differently to beat Kansas City. But I do agree with both of y'all. I do feel like that if they gave them more of the same, maybe from the first half, in the second half, just really put your foot on their neck to where Mahomes got to start throwing them long passes and making decisions that he might wouldn't have made,
And
when the
rush the
game is still
game.
manageable.
Speed up the game.
Right.
Because
And
the score was so comfortable that you never really saw them panic or have to speed up the game.
It was no reason to. Down 10 is not enough to panic.
They were
not
comfortable.
Yeah.
They were comfortable. Here. You get 5 yards. Here, you get 5 yards.
Yep.
Kelsey,
I'm talking about when you seen Travis Kelce shaking Andy Reid, hit him with another damn touchdown right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, you have to do things like that to where you make that worse. Now
Who
you
slammed
saying
a helmet. That was Kelsey, right?
Yeah.
They should have. Yeah, you're right, Mr. Black. They should have kept their foot. As soon as they saw that frustration, all right, y'all, let's keep them going. Let's keep going. But to me, it wasn't the same team second half versus first half.
Nope. They let up. They let up. They played to not lose the game, not to win. And I'm sorry, I got to keep going back to Purdy, man. Whenever you in that position, your quarterback has to make those plays. Every quarterback that has been in the Super Bowl, you got to highlight, whether it's the Eli Manning, the throw with the catch off the helmet, or the Tom Brady zipping the needle to Gronk or whatever, or the Aaron Rodgers through the Pittsburgh Steelers' hands. You have those moments from your quarterback.
Wait a minute, man. What about Russell pass to the defense?
Right. The man just pretty much managed the game.
So
he played conservative.
No, I was going to say where I would only push back a little bit on you, BGZ, is where he's at in his career and the type of quarterback that he is. To me, there's really not much difference between an early Brock Brady and an early Tom Brady as far as being more of that game manager that only has to make a few throws. Difference is the Patriots got it done and the 49ers didn't. And I would if I look at both of those rosters on defense, when you got a Chase Young or Joey Bosa or Fred Warner, you know what I'm saying? Greenlaw or Travarius Ward, people like that, it's comparable to the New England Patriots with the Ty Laws and the, you know what I'm saying, who's defensive tackle? Willie McGinnis, all them dudes. It's like it's talent, both of these on these defenses. So to me, the way y'all had Kansas City in the first half, it looked like they can't get no offense going at times. Even the kid fumbling, you know what I'm saying? Like all of these momentum things you had going, you should have been scoring touchdowns. Yeah. And I don't think Brock Purdy needed to be special. I just think he needed to make a few special plays because of how they had them hang around. If Brock Purdy and the offense is just consistently scoring to where, let's say, it's a 2-3 touchdown gap at halftime, he don't need to be special. He just need to make those few plays. But now when you let Kansas City hang around, it's only 10 points. Now we just need to get y'all a couple times, which they did.
I just thought about something. I just thought about something. Do you think that they got so comfortable with the defense really putting a halt to the offense of the Chiefs at a certain point in the game that they were like, as long as we hang on to this 10 points, because we good. It was like we good because we're up 10 because our defense is shutting the offense down. You think they took that mentality to say, hey, we good. We gonna win this because our defense is kicking their ass.
I think to an extent.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
I think to an extent they did, but I want to rebuttal something you said, Mr. Black. You said that he didn't have to be special. He just needed to make those special plays. Those special plays would have stood out in making him special in that game. You remember quarterbacks for those type throws in that game. He wasn't special, and he didn't make those special plays. And take to what you were saying, I don't think so. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they came out throwing that ball a lot in the third quarter. Now, when you think about a team with a lead, the strategy is to salt the clock away. You're going to run the ball. You're going to pound it. Christian McCaffrey had a fairly decent game. But for some reason, Shanahan, I think that he was going for it. He wasn't playing conservative. And I don't think that enough throws got made in order to execute the part of his plan to keep putting points on the board.
But it was really, I was thinking more on Purdy being a game manager. If he's known to be a game manager, it's quick for that type of mentality, and it's understandable for that type of mentality to come into play. And he like, well, damn, we didn't make it that time, but we good because our defense. Instead of like some quarterbacks are killers, dog. Some quarterbacks gonna put it on.
Yeah.
And what it sounds like to me is, dude, he's just not a killer.
Nope.
Not yet. But see, you can't change. Brock Purdy hasn't been a killer all year. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a little unfair to ask him to be a killer in the Super Bowl when he's not a killer yet.
It's Brock Purdy you got to murder somebody. Come on, Black.
No, but listen what I'm saying.
Tom
Brady wasn't a killer in his first couple Super Bowls either. He was a game manager that made some good plays to set them up to win the game. Tom Brady. Find me plays in those first 3 Super Bowls.
Bro, he won back-to-back Super Bowls.
No, I understand what you're saying, but that's more of a team dynamic.
They had a solid squad.
And when we look at the 49ers, that's what we say. We've been saying it. Before we get to Brock Purdy, as far as being talented on that roster, we say Chris McCaffrey, we say Deebo Samuel, we say George Kittle, we say Fred Warner. We say about 10 people before we even get to the quarterback. And Tom Brady wasn't an exception in those early Patriot days. You said the people on defense. You gonna say probably all them defensive players, even Bill Belichick before you say Tom Brady.
Tom Brady always had wide receivers. Them early
Not
years,
always.
or them early years.
Not really.
I'm trying to think who those was that the Deion Branch days with
Yeah, but he wasn't no Hall of Fame caliber receiver. He made Deion Branch.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he did.
I wouldn't say they're comparable to the 40. I would say that's even more an indictment on Purdy, because I don't think Tom Brady had a Deebo Samuel or Brandon Ayuk or George
early on.
I'm gonna
have to look that up.
I don't think he had that. So
I thought he had
49ers had a better team from offense to defense than the Patriots had. The Patriots just had a clutch gene, and I don't think you can say yet. Either it's in you or you don't have it. And when you get to that moment,
it's a little unfair, Jeezy. The quarterback is the hardest position to play. You should know that, because the Eagles, the first couple years Jalen Hurts played, they didn't even think he was the guy. And then
he got us to the Super Bowl.
But I'm saying the first couple of years they were questioning whether Jalen Hurts was the guy, and then he showed them finally, no, I am the guy. So I'm saying, because that is the hardest position to play, and this is only his second year starting, you have to give that dude time to develop. get better, understand coverages better, understand defensive coordinators, how they like to run things to where it's clicking for him. He's not the best version of himself that he's going to be right now. For Patrick Mahomes, we can say he right in the middle of his prime. For Brock Purdy, we can say he ain't even gotten to his prime.
I
So
can
I don't
agree
think
with
He's
that.
seen the
it's safe.
best of
I don't
him,
think
bro.
it's safe
I
to
can
say
agree
that.
with that because I literally was going to say something similar to say even their body languages, especially in overtime, was different.
Much
Man,
more confidence out of Mahomes. Much more confidence.
Mahomes looked like he was at home laying on the couch.
He
He's a
did.
different player, though, man. He's a
Dude,
different player. I'm sorry. When you look at the 49ers teams, the teams that went to the Super Bowl,
Right.
you got Garoppolo. I believe they went with him. And they went with
Mhm.
Alex Smith and now Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
All those quarterbacks fall in the same category.
they didn't go with Joe Montana?
No, they did, but I'm just saying in the
You talking
recent
about
years.
recently, right?
You talking
I
about
think it was
recently. Hey,
Kaepernick,
man,
not
y'all
Alex
stop
Smith.
disrespecting I've
I
been here
think
for a
it was
minute.
Kaepernick. I think it was Kaepernick that went and lost to the Ravens.
Yeah, Kaepernick.
Yeah. They
Kaepernick,
did, but that was in the like 12 or 15 Super Bowl. But what
Hey,
I'm saying,
man,
the last
it
three they
matters.
have, Alex Smith, I'm sorry, is Brock Purdy.
No, that's
Garoppolo
what I'm saying. Alex
is Brock
Smith
Purdy.
wasn't it. It was Kaepernick you thinking of. It's
No,
Kaepernick,
Alex Smith took
Garoppolo.
them there when they lost against the Chiefs. It was Alex Smith.
Yeah,
I
that
don't know
wasn't
about
Kaepernick.
I don't know about that, G.
Yeah, look it up, my guy.
That
Alex
wasn't
Smith took them
Kaepernick.
to the Super Bowl.
That was 4
Kaepernick
years
took
ago.
over.
No, it
Kaepernick
might have
took
been. I'm
over
sorry, it
for
might have been
Alex Smith.
Garoppolo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Garoppolo.
if it was 4
Yeah,
years ago, it
Garoppolo.
was not
I want to
Kaepernick.
say Alex Smith took them to 1-2
No, that was
because they
Kaepernick.
lost 3. They've lost 3. 3 of their last Super Bowls.
Hey, so
Yo,
check
so
this out.
the
Let's hit
Ravens.
some of these comments real quick.
Okay.
I want to go ahead and pull up Ties. He said Montana and Elway are his goats, but won't argue anyone who say Brady, Manning, or who is Patty?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh shit. Hate the Chiefs because he's doing it. All right, go to the next one. He said they were not aggressive. The last drive, 4th and 4, and you go for it. If you don't get it, it's still the same result. You get it. Hold on. You get it. Game over. You get it. Game over. My fault.
Right.
Keep going. It wasn't his fault. Coach called a bad game. What coach called a bad game?
I think
You
he's
saying
talking
separate?
about Purdy. I think he's
I
talking
don't
about
think
Purdy.
so. That wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a bad game. I mean, they
No,
could have.
it was just different. It was just different than what they
Yeah.
usually do and how they usually generate points. Because Debo is usually now I know Debo coming off some kind of injury, and maybe that's why they limit him a little bit. I don't know. But it just seemed like the things that make the 49ers special, we didn't get that. I didn't see George Kittle catching no passes really like that, and running down the sideline.
He was hurt.
The players. You said say that again, Jesus.
He was hurt. He had went off the field for a little
Yeah, he
while.
went off the field and came
George
back.
Kittle was hurt. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he was hurt for a
he
little
went to the
while,
locker
and
room.
was Debo. They both went off the field for a little while.
Yeah, he went to the locker room.
Yep.
Oh, I did see. But he
got that
came
shot.
back like he came back like. But I'm just saying, in the game plan, George Kittle, he's much more active in the game plan usually. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Ayuk,
Right.
this was a career year for him, receiving yards. I do understand that Kansas City got some corners that's like that. They got an All-Pro and I think McDuffie was an All-Pro and the other guy I can't remember his name. I think he's pretty good too. But I'm saying these are still pretty good receivers. So I don't know. Like I said, that's why I think he got in his head and maybe just start thinking about how can I not lose this Super Bowl because the pressure is on me to win it. Mike Shanahan's son already losing these other 2 Super Bowls. So maybe that's what it was.
Understood. Next comment. Antonio Blunt said, I've seen Trent Dilfer and Jim McMahon get wins. Y'all expect too much from Purdy. He did his job.
I agree. I agree with Antonio. At this stage in his career, I agree.
Okay. I'm gonna agree with Ty. Keep going. it ain't this, but he said Kyle has to take the blame for the offense. Keep
I
going.
agree with
I
that
agree.
too.
Brady first 2 Super Bowls was not about him as much as it was the team. They barely won those games.
That's true. 3.
Yeah.
Really, it was
Yeah.
both all field goal drives in the last minute, I think.
What Super Bowls were they deflating balls and all that kind of and reading plays and all
No,
that
that was the conference championship. That was against the
Green
they
Bay
had beat
Packers.
the hell out.
wasn't
I think it was the Colts. They had beat the hell out of them, and they was talking about they was taking the air out of the footballs. But they had beat,
yeah.
but it
Now,
wasn't
what
even a
about the
close
play?
game.
What about the play reading? What about they were still in their plays or some shit?
I think that was San
I think that was
Diego.
the Rams.
Recording
Was it
their
Rams?
practices. What were they doing? They
I
was
think it
recording
was.
their
I think it
practices
was the
or
Rams that they had taped the walkthrough or something like that
okay.
I think it was the Rams, but I'm not going to say 100%. But I think that was the Rams.
Next comment. You there? Cap and Jimmy G no throwing ass were the ones that you was trying to think of, BGs.
Yeah, that was Jimmy Garoppolo.
And then he said he was very conservative. They didn't play smash mouth football. They did.
Right.
They did in the first half.
They sure did.
They did in the first half.
I don't know if it was some with the blocking scheme, but they couldn't block them Joker Jones and Pino, man. Them dudes was coming through there, man, for real.
But imagine, so imagine if you flip them halves. You got a different Super Bowl champion.
Right.
You got a different Super Bowl champion. You
Maybe.
showed your hand too soon, 49ers. Hey, real quick, I'm a detour real quick. Hey, was it any joy in your heart as a Dallas Cowboy fan to see the 49ers drop it? I'm just wondering because I've been seeing these comments.
Man, you know what? Because I told you I'm in the state right now not to really defend the Cowboys right now. I'm still mad at their ass. So I ain't even really thinking about that because I'm more pissed off at us than who beat us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
right.
I really didn't care that the 49ers lost. I just wanted it to be a good game. If they would have won, I'd have gave them their props and moved on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. All right. So Ty also said
it did give me joy though to see how many times they showed. Every time they showed, I thought about you, Taylor Swift. When they showed,
we gonna get to that. We go. I knew you came on here to start some mess. We gonna get to that.
for sure. My bad. Yeah, no.
Mr. Blunt said,
somewhere losing his mind. Go ahead. My bad.
Man, somebody made a hell of a play, and they didn't even let the dude get up before the camera was on her. I was mad as hell. Hell yeah, I was mad. Hey, Mr. Blunt said the person that really lost the game was the kicker who had his PAT blocked.
I don't agree with that.
I think that no, I don't agree with that because they had too many opportunities to score 7.
Yeah,
exactly.
3 or nothing.
Unless you're gonna tell me that he feeling like the momentum changed after that. If he gonna say that, but I still felt like that it was still teetering. It was still going back and forth. It was still anybody's game, even after that that blocked PAT.
Yeah.
Hey, Tate.
So let me ask you, excellent game though. But go ahead, BG.
Let me ask you and Mr. Black something to what he just said.
Go ahead.
So the score was 19-16, right? So Kansas City would have needed a touchdown if it was 20-16. Do you think that there would have been different play calling by Andy Reid, probably one of the greatest offensive minds in football, on that drive to get them in the end zone if it was 20-16?
Do I think that was a great job by Andy Reid to get them in the end zone?
No. I'm saying, do you think that him and Mahomes would not have got them in the end zone at the end of the game instead of getting a field goal?
No, not at that point.
Look, Andy Reid.
Let me tell you something real quick.
Kobe Bryant jersey.
There's a statement.
No, go ahead, my bad, Tate.
There's a statement called "You take them in the deep water and drown them." The 49ers was putting everything on that one stop. Right? It was best that they go ahead and get that field goal and send it to overtime. because I have a feeling that they would have got that stop.
I don't think so.
I have a feeling they got that stop. That stop. But when they had to go into overtime, they took them in the deep waters and drowned them. They knew exactly what they was going to do. Okay, they get the ball first. All right, they only getting 3. Because we gonna get 7.
Andy Reid had no doubt in his mind that we're going for the W. And when you're talking about winning Super Bowls, plural, that's what you got to do. Andy Reid wasn't thinking about, I got 2, I'm good. No, Andy Reid was like, hey, we going for the W. I don't know what he's thinking about over there, but you done gave my quarterback another chance to win. You got 3, okay, bet. We finna go win.
It was a momentum swing. It was a momentum swing.
Out, Tate, and it's like 10 seconds. They ain't even call no timeout. That's how confident he was in his play call that it was going to work, and he was right.
So let me ask you this, Mr. Black. Let me ask you and BGZ, because BGZ, I'm still on your question. So you're saying that 4th down, instead of kicking a field goal to tie it, you rather seeing them go get it right then and there?
I'm talking about before the game ended and went into overtime.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
I think if they were down 20-16 instead of 19-16, I think the play calling would have been different and they would have won it still.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And yes, they would have had to go for it.
And that's what I'm saying. Right.
The momentum swing, Jeezy, at that time, the momentum swing when it went into overtime and San Francisco didn't do what they needed to do, that's how that momentum swung. And that's why Pat Mahomes looked so comfortable back there, because he was like, oh, we got this.
Yep.
They flustered. They threw.
They probably
in the fourth quarter, in the fourth quarter, that wasn't the same defense that walked out there. That was that defense that said, man, we got to stop them at all costs from getting into this end zone. I think they would have stopped them. So if it was 20-16, I believe San Francisco would have won the Super Bowl.
You think so?
I believe so.
I don't think so.
I believe so.
I don't know, man.
Because that time got down to 9 seconds, right?
But see, they had already conceded that they were going to kick a field goal.
No, it got down to 6. No, they didn't run no clock. They was trying. They wasn't. And when it got down to 6 seconds, bruh, no, they ain't had no confidence that they were gonna get in. Not on that drive. Somebody hit. Matter of fact, what lost a little momentum on that drive was dude caught the ball and then tried to run and got tackled 5 yards back.
I forgot his name.
I know you're talking about.
For the Packers.
That killed their momentum going forward. So I truly believe that San Francisco would have got them. They had to take them in that deep water and drown. That's experience.
I don't know, man. I kind of agree with Jeezy on that. I think that if the Chiefs know that they need a touchdown on their last drive to win, I think it's when they had that. Because they had that overtime in their pocket. So it's like you don't want to be, to them, they didn't want to be too aggressive and hurt their opportunity to tie for overtime.
Right.
Versus if they had to score. The best plays that Andy Reid ran in that overtime, now that's in their last drive. Because we need this touchdown. You know what I'm saying?
Part. The now you see what I'm saying.
But I don't think that those were the same defenses that went out there. I really think in overtime, I think some of the air was let out of San Francisco's D versus that fourth quarter.
They both were more tired. They both were more fatigued, for sure.
So,
everybody's
not really, Tate, because you think about it, San Francisco defense was on the field at the end of the fourth quarter. They got to rest in overtime.
Okay, well, with that being said, I'm not necessarily saying tired. I'm saying they probably something let the air out of their defense, whether it was sitting and watching or
and maybe you're gonna talk about this later, but those overtime, maybe the understanding of the overtime was a problem because Andy Reid and them knew what their plan was in overtime, and San Francisco was over there talking about, oh well, we didn't even practice this. We ain't even went over this. So you got a
Man,
different
Damn
level of
fault.
who prepared.
Cap,
I'm saying
Cap.
Andy Reid probably got Patrick Mahomes running plays for overtime in this exact scenario versus 49ers talking about we ain't even practiced for overtime. Now that's just what they said. It could be
So,
cap or
so
not,
let
but
me
that's
let me
what they
let me say
said.
this. Let me say this. I got to put this in a boxing, some boxing terminology. So, an experienced fighter versus a strong, not novice, but a rookie, not even a rookie, but an inexperienced fighter. Probably got 2 years in the game. Mayweather, got dogged, versus Canelo, right? And you don't look at this match. Don't look at them two, but I'm just saying the age gap or whatever, the experience gap. The experienced fighter, no, I could try to knock this young bull out in the second round. And I probably could do it. However, let me let him drain some of this damn energy first. So I'm gonna hit, hold. Then round about 8-9 rounds, especially when I know his reputation is knocking folks out in the first 5 rounds. So I'm gonna take him into deep water where now it's simple. It's easy. And that's what I feel happened the fourth quarter versus the overtime. I think Andy Reid was like, we gonna take them in deep water and drown them. They're getting slow, they're getting weak. They're not flying around like they were. But in my opinion, the mentals in the fourth quarter is like, hey, we got 6 seconds left. Everybody give this one play all of their energy. I really think the defense holds.
We'll never know.
No, for real.
Let's talk about some of these comments real quick because I don't want to miss them. And then after that, BGZ gonna give us a rundown because we got to rate some of this other stuff that happened in the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
That Mr. Black want to attack me with. But we gonna talk about it though. Even in OT, 49ers should have gone for it. One point did change the play call. That would have favored 49ers. KC, Kansas City, comfort was all we have to do is get 3. And even though they wanted the TD. So really in the fourth quarter, they was like, yo, as long as we get 3, we good. Because we gonna take these young boys, that young bull Purdy, 2 years in, and we gonna drown them. Mr. Blunt said, I think San Francisco defense would have stopped the TD on 4th down, and that would have been the game. Ty says, I agree, Tate, 80-20, 49ers would have won if they needed the TD. If Kansas City needed that TD in the fourth quarter, I was not as comfortable with their drive in the fourth quarter as I was that overtime drive looked like, oh my God.
But see, that's what I'm saying. The play calling that Andy Reid had in that overtime drive, they was hitting like this. If he does that in the fourth quarter when they know they need a touchdown, to me, it's the same result.
That's what I was saying. He's not going to call the same plays because
if it's the same play call, I still think the result is different.
Because the mentality is different, Tate. Going into the last drive when it's 19-16 is, hey, we're going to try to score. You was right. They're trying to score, but at the end, you have that comfort of we just need a field goal to go to overtime. So my play calling is not as aggressive as it is in overtime when we're going for W. Fuck second overtime audit. We're going for the W. And even on that last play to McCall Hardman, you could see that the 49ers were expecting maybe like a timeout or something before they called that last play. And they just went ahead and went with it because they knew they were off. They knew they were off balance. Like even as a viewer, it felt like, hey, did that play count? Because the 49ers didn't look prepared. They looked like, oh, a timeout now, let's reset and stop them. But no, they was fully on aggression mode. You're right. So I think in the fourth quarter, if it was 2016 and they needed that touchdown, Now you see that drive we saw in overtime in the fourth quarter. That's what I personally think.
I would have loved
And,
to see it.
and that's what I was saying, because you got to think about it. Andy Reid got a big old play sheet, right? Now, you need a touchdown. He's not going to just call from that side. He's going to use the whole sheet. See, in the overtime, he pulled the whole sheet out. We're pulling out all the stops. We're not going for a field goal. We're playing.
You don't think that they would have pulled, and I'm really dwelling on the 6 seconds. You don't think San Francisco would have pulled out all stops to make sure that they don't score a touchdown? They probably would have dropped everybody back.
I just don't. I think the way that man is playing right now, he would have made some type of back foot, cross his shoulder throw and scored. That's who he is.
I respect that.
I've never said this about a quarterback in football, but Patrick Mahomes is looking like Jordan in the 90s. That's what he's looking like out here.
It's more like Steph Curry now.
If you want to say to a modernized player, I'll give you that.
It's the light skin that was going for me.
But I'm saying no, right? Because they really look like they should do like commercials together and shit like that. But to me, it's like the mentality of Patrick Mahomes feels like nobody is fucking with me out here. And Jordan, I think in the 90s, that's how that man felt was whenever I get on the field, I'm the best player on it. And I think Patrick Mahomes, being at the age that he has, with the team that they have, because they have a lot of youth. You know, the receiving core is young. Travis Kelce is about the only person, you know what I'm saying, that in like 3 to 5 years, he's going to be gone. Everybody else, as far as this young team, they're going to be there, including Patrick Mahomes. So we're talking about future Super Bowls. And nobody in the league right now that's playing quarterback makes me feel like I'm taking them, or it's close that I'm taking them over Patrick Mahomes. To me, it's Patrick Mahomes and it's everybody else. In basketball, I don't think Steph Curry is Steph Curry and everybody else. It's Steph Curry and other people right there. But in football, it's Patrick Mahomes and everybody else. That's why I say it's Jordan comparison.
When it comes to shooting that thing, it's Steph Curry and everybody else.
I'll give you that.
When it comes to shooting that thing.
No, I agree.
But when it comes to winning.
Think about it.
Right. When it comes to winning, it's not that.
Mahomes on an element of the game. Right? That's an element. He played quarterback. And he's the best quarterback out. Steph Curry, on the other hand, if you judge basketball, you got to judge his offense, defense, rebounding, all that crap. No, let's put it where, if we judging Steph by this category, hell yeah, he like this to everybody else.
We
shooting, that's
impact
it.
On the game, Tate. We talking about impact. What? Patrick Mahomes and Michael Jordan is both
shooting, and that's it, Tate.
In the
Wait
sense of
impact.
No, listen what I'm saying.
Mr. Black, you got every little bastard child stepping on the court.
No. You're not getting what I'm saying. I'm not talking about his influence on the game. I'm talking about the impact on every single game as far as changing it. I'm saying Mahomes is like, if you got that guy. Look. Listen. The Golden State Warriors are in no contention for a championship this year, right? I'm saying that Patrick Mahomes is closest to Jordan, because every time in the 90s, when Jordan was playing with the Bulls, is that they're in contention, if not winning. And Kansas City is looking like the Bulls of the 90s right now, because it's like, if they got Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, you know what I'm saying? They just need to put some pieces
I'm not fighting Mr. Black right now.
They lost Tyreek Hill, Tate. Tyreek Hill.
Only reason why I ain't fighting Mr. Black right now is because that's the house. And when he said the Bulls in the 90s, my heart warmed up.
They went back to back, Tate, without Tyreek Hill. That's like the Bulls losing Horace Grant, going to get Rodman and keeping this thing going.
Keeping the party going.
You know,
but check this out, Mr. Black.
I'm
gonna reiterate a comment. I told y'all I don't trust them Chiefs in the playoffs. I told y'all when we first did the brackets, I don't trust them. It's
You
something
did.
about them.
You did.
It's something about them in them playoffs.
Because
They
I didn't
played
have the Chiefs
shitty.
winning. I didn't think they were
Everybody,
going. I didn't think they were
no,
going that far. Yeah.
no, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't have them going, but I said, man, whoever get them, it's
You
gonna be a
did.
tough out.
Yeah,
You
and
did.
I
I
said
don't trust
never
them.
bet against Mahomes.
Yeah,
I said
yeah.
that.
So, in
No,
saying
but
that, we're gonna
yeah.
move on to other Super Bowl activities. This B Jeezy's list. B Jeezy, man, give us a few off your list, man. We gonna rate them, right?
All right. So next is the halftime show. Was
Yeah.
that not one of the top?
Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Look,
Who you putting above him?
and I mean, historically, if we factor in everybody, Michael Jackson is still at the top. I think. I don't
Okay.
think nobody is over
Damn,
Michael Jackson right now.
damn.
Now they said Prince, but I have to be fair here. I don't remember seeing Prince. I don't remember what year that was, but I don't remember that one. I would have to
Yeah,
YouTube that
that
to
was
see,
dope.
you know.
He was
But
performing in the rain at that.
oh, okay. So, but Michael Jackson, as far as the ones that I can recall and seen, that would be the only one. And I don't know if that's nostalgia and the moment, or is it actually performance for performance. But I can tell you right now, Usher last night, all the songs rocking. You know, we got the volume up, the cameo. Besides, okay, one knock I can say is I didn't love Alicia Keys. I didn't love that part of it. I feel like it was more so of him to take a break before he was about to turn back up, more so
Right.
than it was a great addition to the halftime. So I just think it was a break. But outside of that, though, definitely Usher, one of the top performances for sure.
But
For
that was
sure.
one of his biggest songs, though, Mr. Black.
Let me stretch my leg.
What
Because we
the
wasn't
one with
calling each
Alicia
other boo.
Keys?
Until we heard that song, you even had white folks calling each other boo after that song came out with him and Alicia Keys. So how can you not perform that one?
So
Hey,
I don't know,
hey,
man. I just think that it was other songs. So okay, so my thing is more so with I felt like Alicia Keys kind of brought the energy down. You know what I'm saying? Like it was here and then it went down and then it went up. Now I mean that's just how I looked at it. It's like when Alicia got on there, you know, and again that may have been by design because Usher was doing a lot. I mean the man skating, he dancing, he changing outfits. So maybe you design it to where you get a little breather there. But I'm saying to me that was the only low point really when Alicia Keys was on there.
Okay.
well, the low point for me was when Usher pulled his titties out. But anyway, let's talk about.
Oh, hold on real quick.
Let's-
Let me grab this charger, man. I'm still here.
Yes, sir. You good? Hey, I'm gonna say this. Usher pleasantly surprised me. And I think that's why I'm scoring the halftime show so high, because I really wasn't expecting Usher to be that entertaining. And when he rolled the roller skates, which I already knew Usher can skate, but when he performed on those roller skates, to me, that was the coldest thing. I said,
Yeah.
yo, okay, I got to get Usher's props. Now, when you measure him up to certain halftime shows, like Michael Jackson, Prince, you got to even bring in Dr. Dre for those who grew up into that generation. He don't have the best because Michael Jackson got the best. And until somebody dance on the Titantron, then pop up out that boy,
Yeah.
and then go back down in there and pop up on the stage. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Mike was dancing at the top. Come on, man. Anyway.
Hey, Tate, I rank him above Dre.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. I'll rank him above Dre.
Yeah, no, it was just great for hip hop, man. It was great.
And, let me address the Alicia Keys. Let me address the Alicia Keys thing. I disagree. Now her singing was terrible, but the vision and what they created, that was beautiful, dog. That was beautiful. And I'm gonna tell you like this. She was smoking that damn outfit. Yeah, I said, when did Alicia Keys' grown woman body come in the mail? Because she was killing that outfit.
That's been there for a while, man.
Yeah.
Has it? I always remember her being
been there for a while.
No, see.
Now I remember Ashanti. being that.
Nah, because I had Alicia Keys time where I was in tune with her music.
Really?
So yeah, on the videos,
Yeah.
like what was that? The No One video or one of the ones she was dancing on the piano or something. Like, no, that's been there for a minute though. I say
Well, I
that.
know
Yeah.
when she was, I was more Keisha Cole. I'm from the street.
Got it.
I should have.
Yeah, and for me, it's just preference. It's more just preference, man. So I'm not gonna fight you on Alicia Keys like
That
if
was
you
a
were like
beautiful. That was a
the
beautiful
vision they
like,
had.
Yeah,
No,
that
I
was
feel
beautiful.
it. I just me as far as my preference, I maybe would have preferred to see another collaboration there. I'm not gonna argue with looking at Alicia Keys at all, but as far as the app
No,
in
don't get
hindsight,
me wrong. I don't want to drop it all into look at the butt. No, the majesty of
right?
it. The
Yeah.
majesty of it.
Mhm.
I like that.
For sure.
That was dope.
They could have kept JD.
Yeah,
Jermaine Dupri. They could have kept him.
Why was Jermaine Dupri? I'm not even being funny, but why was he there? What
Well, because
song?
he's the one that gave, if I'm not mistaken, he the one gave Usher his opportunity when Usher was really young, right?
Yeah.
I thought
He was one of
Diddy.
the ones. Yeah.
No,
I
Usher
thought
was.
Diddy, because they was talking about how he stayed with Diddy in New York and stuff.
At one point, I'm gonna have to look that up, but I could have swore JD was the
no,
first
I
one.
remember. Now I remember what it was. The Confessions album. I remember that whole
JD?
album being about JD's actual life. Now I remember.
Yep.
Okay, and he did
Okay.
kind of come out there when he started singing some of the songs off Confession. Okay, so yeah, now I remember.
Oh yeah,
Got it. So he's probably a
And-
producer on some of those tracks.
they could
Yeah,
have kept.
I think he did
if
produce the
didn't look like-
Confessions album.
He didn't look like a ghetto lollipop kid. I'm like, man, if y'all don't get JD ass off this stage,
I thought that was CeeLo for a minute.
Man,
I thought it was CeeLo
No.
too at first.
everybody thought Will.i.am was CeeLo too. No, that was funny, because Will.i.am came out there. He looked a little heavier.
Took me a minute. Like,
You haven't seen Will.i.am in the wild, and he looked a little chubby. You haven't seen him in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
I
So they thought that was
posted Jermaine Dupri and said, damn, CeeLo lost weight. That's good. Everybody was dying. I didn't know CeeLo lost weight.
Yeah.
That's good.
So apparently CeeLo
now-
was just there. Yeah.
Yeah. So 1 to 5, I'm giving it a 5.
5.
Giving it a 5 because again, that halftime show was very entertaining. You couldn't really turn away from
It was.
I'm giving 5.
All right, look, I just got to be different and say a 4.9 for the Alicia Keys thing right there. Sorry, man. I got to.
Simon
I
of the
got
group.
to.
You know what it's
I
about,
got
Tate?
to.
You know what it's about? He's probably on that Usher rubbing and touching on her. That's what he on.
So we'll
Nah,
talk about the
man.
hood.
No.
We'll talk about the
Okay,
hood
go
in a
ahead.
minute.
Come on, Mr. Black.
We'll talk about the hood in a minute. We'll talk about the hood in a minute. Go ahead, BGZ. What you got next?
All right, so we all knew this was coming. How many Taylor Swift appearances did y'all account
Holy
during the game? During the game.
Okay.
I don't even know if I could count, man, because it was so routine. As soon as
I'm gonna count.
now, you can count because I
I'm gonna
couldn't.
count.
I
34.
I knew.
Damn,
I said
Tate.
4.
34.
34.
34.
Dang.
Do you
Was it
have
really?
the number?
Bro,
Do you have the number?
God.
I counted 12.
34. I
That
bet
is
you
hard.
all-
12 sounds more like, because it was like we saw her, but it wasn't like a saturation. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like,
What?
yeah.
What? I just
No, I don't
told
think it
y'all.
was- I don't think-
Somebody made a great play. Wait, first of all, why in the hell was she hugging the fry guy up? Who was that?
Listen, if you
Taylor
don't think
Swift
they
was hugging the
told
fry
Taylor
guy.
Swift, if you don't think the NFL told Taylor Swift before that game, like, hey, Taylor, if you can give us a little energy, kind of look like you're enjoying the game on certain
Yep.
plays, bring
Yep.
Ice Spice and a couple people to kind of celebrate. If you don't think they did
Wait,
that,
is
man,
who
you
that
crazy.
was? Is that who that was?
Ice Spice was one of the
Ice
girls in
Spice.
the box, yeah.
That looked like the fry guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looked like a
Hey.
carton of fries. Hey,
Did you
no,
see?
No. I personally think, and you know my feelings towards Taylor Swift. I personally think she was genuinely having a great time.
Yep.
I don't think
No,
that
for
that
sure.
was. I don't think that was fabricated. None of it. I don't
two
think that
things
the
can be true.
NFL had to tell her
Two
that.
things can be true. She could have been having a good time, but they could have asked her to actually show that she's having a good time because not everybody enjoys the game the same way. You know,
That's
I
true.
had a phenomenal time at watching the game, but you know, I wasn't showing no expression. And even as a Cowboys fan, I'm not going to be jumping up, hooraying, and not everything like that. You
No.
know, I can be just sitting there. You know what I'm saying, and
No,
just
bro.
enjoying the game.
I
I'm
wish
saying different people react different ways to
I
games. So
wish
I'm
I
just saying.
was in Taylor Swift section during the Super Bowl because they was kicking it.
Yeah, they were.
No,
and
they
you can't
looked
fake
like
that.
they was kicking it for sure.
Bro,
They
you
looked
can't
like they was
fake
kicking it
that.
for sure.
You can't
Come on,
fake
Tate.
that.
When they was dancing a little bit, when they got like a first down or something,
Bro, you
that's a
can't fake
Super
that.
Bowl dance. That's what we won a Super Bowl. Not a hey, we just got a first down dance. Come on, man. It might be a little fabrication there, but it's okay. It's all right.
I wanted to kick it with them. I ain't gonna lie, because they look like they was partying their ass off. That looked like a legitimate. We having a ball over here in this section.
No, put me in the box with Jay-Z and Beyonce now.
I would not want to be
put
over
me in
there.
that box. Put me
Put
in that
me
box.
over there with black Beyonce, but not the white one. But anyway.
Oh Lord, what's the next, G's? Oh Lord, you ain't finna get me canceled on Beyonce's internet. What's
It's
next?
too late.
Man?
I done said something about Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Hey, the Beehive will come for you.
Man,
yeah, I'm not scared of I'm not scared of the
I got
Swifties, but
repellent.
the Beehive. Yeah,
I got repellent for them.
People will shut you down. I ain't touching it.
I got movies coming out, Tate. I got movies coming out. You
Okay,
ain't about to,
well,
I
we
can't.
sorry.
No, man.
No,
You right. We sorry. We sorry. We sorry.
Okay, so what did y'all think about the Super Bowl commercials overall?
Wait, hold on, G's. Because I gotta say this before we move on. I made sure I remembered this. This is a Taylor Swift point. Now it was 10 million more in viewership than last year's Super Bowl. And keep in mind, we do know that the Kansas City Chiefs were in last year's Super Bowl. So you talking about from last year to this year, it was the most watched TV sports show they said in history, and it had 10 million more in viewership than the last Super Bowl. So when you was talking about that Taylor Swift effect, if you don't think that's in there, if you don't think that's in there, it's in there, Tate. It's in there.
We told you, Tate. We told you.
Tune in for her ass. Hold on.
All right.
But I told y'all.
The Chiefs won the Super Bowl last year. It's the same
I told
team.
y'all last week. I told y'all last week that I guess this week was gonna be Taylor Swift. I'm with it. Oh, if she could bring 500 more views over here, come on.
Right. No, for sure.
No,
but
that was the effect.
That's
impressive. I ain't gonna hate on it.
You know.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. Just this is my opinion. The way they was kicking it for the Super Bowl, it made me see that she wasn't as stuck up and snobbish as I pictured her to be. So I'm kind of, I done kind of got a little soft on her, you know.
Well, she's America's sweetheart. That's how.
When they do that pisses me off. Yeah.
Yeah. So even like of course, now don't get me wrong. When Kanye went up there and then had that moment, was it a bad look? Of course. But the fact that it was a white, female, young artist intensified that times 10. And it made America say, no, wait, Kanye, you can't be mean to her like that. She's just a sweet young girl. So since that moment, for sure, they've seen her like that. That's why she get all the money.
So it was like when King Kong went and grabbed a little white woman. So when Kanye went up,
now we gotta kill this right here to get this white woman from his grasp, from his clutches. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So,
Jeezy, what we got next? You say commercials?
Yeah, we going to the commercials.
Okay.
So, what was y'all highlights from the Super Bowl or your favorite?
Something made me laugh, and I'm trying to think of what the hell it was. It was a commercial.
However, I'll tell you, man, I thought last year was bad, but to me, this year was even worse for commercials.
Yeah, it was.
I think we're just declining. But they had a couple highlights. But I'm gonna tell you this, Jeezy, in the same breath, I can't remember them because and versus when we were maybe a little younger watching Super Bowls, you had about 4 or 5 really stick out
Yeah.
where you say, hey, you remember that Doritos commercial or that Budweiser
Yeah.
commercial? They're not having the same moments that we used to seeing, back in the day. I'm waiting for some producer or somebody to bring that back, because it was
I
a down
agree.
year again from last year to this year. Same consistently, downward spiral on the commercials.
I agree. My
I,
favorite
I,
too.
I, wait.
Go ahead.
Y'all said memorable, and if I don't remember nothing else, I almost said a member. If I don't remember nothing else, I remember Temu.
Man.
How many 99-cent products have Temu
Man.
sold?
Temu
I saw at least
had
3
some
different
money.
commercials. I saw at
They
least
had
3
some
different
budget.
commercials, and somebody put the stat up there that it was $2.5 million for every 30 seconds for a commercial or something like that.
Yeah.
My God, Temu. Who the hell is
Temu
ordering
saved
all this
their
Temu crap?
whole budget for the Super Bowl. Because I swear, I was like, man, another
Another
Temu,
one?
and it's not even a different commercial. Take it's the same one.
No.
And
I saw at least 3 different ones.
no, I seen
Couple
the
of them
same
was the
one.
same.
I seen the same
Really?
one.
The
I
first
thought I
two.
saw 3 different.
The same little
I was counting
animated
the
one. I
dollars.
seen that. That's the one I seen the whole time.
Yeah.
Now,
I think they was the same, Tate.
what's funny about that is all that bad product. Somebody buying that shit.
Yeah.
And what I heard,
I ain't never bought number Temu. Is it bad buying on there?
What I heard is ladies are now buying wigs off of Temu. That's where they're getting all the damn money. But the shit is terrible. First of all, it comes when it want to come, like the shipping. And then when you get it, it is sometimes it is not what the hell you ordered, as far as even look the same.
Right.
Yeah. So, but they selling because I don't know. They had this damn
obviously they're
airport.
making some money, man. Because
Hey,
to
they
have
had this
like 3
airport.
Super Bowl commercials is outrageous.
Yes. Hey, they had this air pump for 99 cents that I showed. I was so tempted. You know, the pump your car up.
Yeah.
They had it, I think it was about 99 cents. I said, man, I just don't want to get my credit card number.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna wait to see if Jesus got on this list before I say something.
You gotta stop saying not memorable, because that's memorable as hell, Temu.
My favorite one was the Christopher Walken with the BMW commercial, and then the Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito with the Allstate. Allstate did their thing at the Super Bowl too on the commercials.
Did they?
Yeah. Allstate represented.
I vaguely remember Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Hey, y'all, I'm tripping real bad right now. So y'all give me a second, okay?
Okay.
All right.
So, Mr. Black, we talked about Jay-Z and Beyonce. How many different celebrities do you remember the camera hitting on?
Man, I saw them two, of course, everybody in the Taylor Swift box. I know I saw Mike Shanahan. Of course, he supposed to be there, his son.
Right, son.
Coaching. Yep. Shit, to be honest with you,
did you see Shaq?
I don't know if I'm drawing a blank. I don't think I saw Shaq. Did you?
I didn't see him, but I saw something on social media where he told Taylor Swift, thank you for introducing him to Ice Spice.
Oh, okay. That's where that came from. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing something about Shaq commenting that he liked the way Ice Spice looked, you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know he started from the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah, he did say thank you, Taylor. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now that makes more sense. But no, I don't remember seeing Shaq. That's crazy.
Post Malone, of course.
Post Malone. He did a good job too. I'm not really tapped in with his music. But
Me
the
neither.
rendition of the America the Beautiful, I like.
Yeah. You seen Gwen Stefani?
I did see Gwen Stefani. I think
she look. Man, she still look good, don't she?
Yeah. And what's the dude she dating? What's the country singer? He was there too.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but yeah, he was there too.
Blake Shelton, right?
Blake Shelton, yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing him too. Yeah.
Yep.
But you know what, man? Even with Super Bowls, sometimes it seems like some of the more flashy stars, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it don't seem like either they don't get them on camera or they don't be there. I don't know.
You look at your boy showing out.
Hey, I know we weren't meant to bring this up, but damn that.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. It's about
well deserved.
Damn time. About damn time. I get pissed off every time I see a Bears player in the number 23 jersey. That jersey.
Oh, you think they should retire?
You
think they should retire?
That jersey should be retired across Chicago sports.
He didn't have to work. He didn't have to wait that long, did he? Man, is this the second time he was eligible?
No, I think this is the first time.
He a first ballot?
Yeah, I think he's first ballot. He should be.
Yeah. Well, why are you saying it's about time? Like he been waiting a long
it's
time.
They took too damn long.
When did he retire, Tate?
Because you got to be away from the game 4 years, right, before you eligible. Is it 4 years?
He's been out long. You got to be away 4 years. He's been out long, longer than.
Yeah, he's been out longer than 2020. Yeah, he's been out longer than 2020 for sure. But I remember him returning kicks for like the Falcons, like the last time I think he was playing, right? That had to be.
He played his record-setting punt return or kick return was with Atlanta.
He's second ballot. You're right, Mr. Black. I just looked it up. He's second ballot.
Oh, okay.
All right. But
yeah, I don't think that's as disrespectful like as T.O. having to wait as having Hester being second ballot.
Bro, I'm gonna be for real with you. Who else you lining up with Hester? Anybody that's so good that they make you change the rules.
I'm lining up Dante Hall with Devin Hester, bro.
Dante Hall was a monster.
Are you serious?
The human joystick. Come on now, we're not about to front on Dante Hall now.
I'm not fronting on him, but ain't nobody touching Hester.
No.
See, when you say touching, see, to me it means if they're in the same league with each other. If they're both in the league and if they're both playing at the same time, who's better? Now I'm gonna still say Hester, but it's not by much, man.
Woo.
Because Dante Hall. Okay, look. I know we kind of removed from Dante Hall and when he was returning kicks and punts. But if you go look at that man highlights, the way
I gotta go look at highlights.
The way he used to shake people and the way they didn't call him the human joystick for no reason, man. We talking about moving. We talking about stuff you can't even do with a controller playing the game. It's Dante Hall doing that, man. I'm sorry. I remember Dante Hall, bro.
Let me tell you something. Much respect, whatever. However, I seen Devin Hester make a cut. I seen Devin Hester make a cut on a kick return where the camera caught no other people.
I remember that one.
In the damn shot. The dude cut. Nobody else was in the shot. They couldn't get close to him.
I know he's a Chicago bird, and that's near and dear to your heart. So I'm gonna be careful. But I'm gonna say, But I'm gonna say that Dante Hall, in my recollection, has a more entertaining kickoff return than Devin Hester. Devin Hester has the record, and Devin Hester had strategy. I feel like this is me saying in boxing. You like boxing, right? This is like me saying Floyd Mayweather, who was technically and skillful in boxing and did not lose a fight, versus somebody who might like a Mike Tyson who might knock him out. You know what I'm saying? He lost more fights. Or Roy Jones Jr. He lost more fights, but the way he won to me was more entertaining than the way I seen Floyd Mayweather win. You're not gonna take anything away from Floyd, but to me, I loved Roy Jones and his showmanship. And to me, Dante Hall was a little more electrifying when it comes to shakes and how he got to the end zone than Devin Hester was.
I'm gonna look at that, but I'm gonna say this, Mr. Black. Devin Hester most exciting returns.
Yeah.
was in Miami as a Hurricane.
Yep, that's where he came from to you.
His most exciting return.
Right.
His oh my God, how the hell he get out of that?
Mm-hmm.
Was in Miami. So
no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just only speaking about the league, man.
And he got some of them ones where you like, oh my God, this dude, how the hell he take that back?
Right.
Now,
I got moments I remember, like the stutter step, when, but to me, that strategy.
Like
that I feel like he was smarter.
He had them, but he didn't have to use them as often because they just simply couldn't catch him.
No, but I'm saying I feel like he was more strategic with it, Tate. I feel like Dante Hall was more let's say you got a coach who made coach more on the spot versus the coach who prepared before the game. To me, right. Devin Hester was more of a science to it. Okay, I know that this team like the coverage this way. I know that my team is going to block this way. Or the stutter step. To me, that was a genius move to where he was like, you know what? I'm going to make them think that I'm about to stop. And then, bam, take off. To me, that's using your brain. I'm fast, but I'm using my brain. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to say he was strategic.
I think that was strategic, man.
Because of the gaps that he got through and some of the things that he did to get through those gaps, some of that, dog, that was not drawn up by no coaching staff, no nothing. That was him.
And a lot of it is instinct with both of these players. But I'm just telling you that to me, for what I remember, my eyes, Dante Hall, man, saved, man. He gave some of them dudes fits with the shakes that he had, man. Like I said, I'm playing Madden at the time. I can't even recreate none of these moves because it's, you know what I'm saying? It's just you can't make it. He just look, I'm telling you, go pull up them highlights of Dante Hall, bro. Go pull them up.
Have Dante Hall won games?
No, I'm not gonna refute you on Devin Hester maybe had, because I mean Devin Hester returned a kick return in the Super Bowl, and I don't think Dante Hall had as big as moment as that. But I'm just saying that
I bet somebody that Devin Hester. I bet you Devin Hester returned a kick in the Super Bowl, and he ain't all that. He ain't gonna return in the first play, bro.
Yep,
the first play. Man, Hester, that's my dude, man.
I'm just getting back to your original point.
About 3 more of these.
I'm just getting back to your original point when you say who would I put with him, and to me, that's the person that comes to mind when I think about kick returners. Of course, outside of like a Dion, but Dion wasn't his primary thing. It was like in addition to. It was like in addition to. But when I think about kick returners, I think about who you say who?
Sproles was pretty good.
Oh yeah, Sproles, he was good. But when y'all think about kick returners, I'm thinking about Devin Hester and Dante Hall. It's just me, is who I think about.
Sproles, that's because nobody could see him over anybody.
No,
he had a good long career though. He played with the Saints, the Chargers, and the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm just saying because nobody could see him. That's why he got through a lot of them gaps.
Whatever works, right?
Very
effective. Wait, ain't he like 5'6"?
Man, he probably about tall as me, and I'm about 5'6", 5'7". So
yeah,
that
dude, man.
Hey,
what's up, man?
I just looked up something real quick.
Go for it.
They said that Dante Hall, he had 5 really good years. Devin Hester had his career, Dante Hall's career, in the 06 and the 07 season. He returned 12. Dante Hall returned 11 in that span.
Come on, Mr. Black. Ain't nobody touching Hester, dog.
Look, listen, man. I preface my comments by saying I'm still taking Devin Hester first, but I'm saying that Dante Hall.
But that's what we're saying. No.
But
this is what we're saying.
But I'm saying they still in the same league to me. It's not. I'm still not saying. Look, if you saying I can only have one, let's say you go first and you draft Devin Hester first, and I got to take Dante Hall. I'm not tripping that much over that. I'm cool. I'm okay. That's all I'm saying.
Because you got the second best, but the second best is this.
Okay, but look, let's in comparison in the Super Bowl quarterbacks, if I take Mahomes first and you got to take Brock Purdy, you like, man, come on, man. How I'm supposed to win with that, man? How I'm supposed to win with that? That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying I think they both was elite, and I think Hester's first, and he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if Dante Hall is gonna make it to the. If he does, it's probably way down the line. But I'm saying that I wouldn't be surprised if he made it for being special teams either, though.
I don't think that record is gonna be broken.
Nah.
Not that Devin Hester, and it's. I'm gonna simply equate it to. The hell did I do? I'm gonna simply equate it to them changing the rules. I'm not saying nobody else.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. No, you absolutely. I was just gonna say that.
It's the rule change.
Yeah,
and it ruined
it's not
ruined
gonna happen, right?
Unless they flip it
it's
back.
Too many touchbacks. It's too many touchbacks now.
Yeah.
Yep.
How many? Did we see anybody even return it last night? Like on the kickoff? Did we see anybody even return it?
Not really like that. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
See, back in the day, it was almost a guarantee. It was almost more of a chance that somebody was going to return it versus a touchback. Before
you excited to see that. You excited. You used to be excited to see the kick return, and now you almost go use the bathroom when they about to kick off. Okay,
it's almost like you could take it out, bro. To be honest with you, it's almost to that point.
This is what pisses me off. Whenever they kick it so damn far that they go between the goal posts.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. You know that shit too close, man. Y'all move back where y'all was.
I think,
you know they talking about doing away with it, right? They talking about it.
Totally.
I mean,
and they just talking about giving you the ball on the 25. Yeah, if they're in talks, it might be something they talk about next the owners' meetings or whatever. Because when you think about it, they're saying that the kick return is one of the most dangerous plays in football. More people get hurt from blindside hits.
Right.
And all the blocking that they're doing, they said more people are getting hurt during that particular play than any other regular play in the game. So they're thinking about just giving you the ball at the 25. Because like y'all saying, it's not the same when the ball going in the back of the end zone. So what's the point?
Well, it was nobody. It wasn't kick return or kickoff fault when my man took 3 steps and rolled on the damn field and got injured. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The San Francisco player.
That but you know what though?
Take off.
You don't have nobody to blame but himself.
That was the linebacker we was just talking
about.
Greenlaw. How you blame yourself for that?
That was Greenlaw.
How you blame yourself for that?
Because listen, he didn't have to run on the field like that.
No, he was just too hyped.
That's what it was.
Calm down. Yeah. But you know, after Ryan Shazier had that wasn't that on the kickoff? Wasn't that on special teams? Ryan Shazier for the Steelers when he got paralyzed for a while. Hurt his neck. I think that was like kind of like when I remember things changing. It was kind of like after that play right there when he had to. They had to cut him off. His career was pretty much over after that play. So it was like, I think that's when they started looking at this play like, hey, we got to do something to protect the players a little more. And to me, I can't say it's wrong, but I can say it's like 50 years before that of football that was probably even more dangerous and nothing like that happened. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have – this game is violent. So you're not going to get away from it unscathed like the whole history of it. There are going to be some people who get hurt critically, you know what I'm saying, to do what's to do for the Raiders. Or no, not for the Raiders. John Madden was the coach. And the dude, what was it there? His grandson played now, Stingley. What is Darryl Stingley? They got hurt playing, like, and had to be in the hospital and shit like that. So I'm saying that's going to happen. Like they just know there are going to be freak plays that happen. You can't Damar Hamlin. It's just gonna be things that happen like that you can't help. So I get that they're trying to make it more safe, but it's an unsafe sport. You just shouldn't be flying around with helmets on, tackling each other in the first place. It's really what it is.
But
you know what I'm saying?
It's almost like if basketball said because that happened to that young man. Remember when he shattered and the bone came out? It was on national TV.
Yeah.
And it's like saying, well, we're going to get rid of the jump shot because it happened on a jump shot.
Yep.
So I don't think the special teams though is as important though as that. To me, that's like saying we're gonna
That's
get
a
rid of the
part of
free throw or
football,
something like
bro.
that.
That's a part of
The free throw is probably more equivalent to like a kickoff, I think, than a jump shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you took away the free throw, it's like it's important, but it's like
You
we'll
can't take
still be
away the
okay
free
without it.
throw. You can't take away the free throw because the free throws have been it's been so many times that games have been decided based on one free throw.
Yep.
You can say that about a kick return. I'm just saying it's the same.
That's why I'm
You take
saying
them both away.
I'm against it. I don't think they should take it out the game. Like
It's conflicting
again,
for me. It's conflicting.
you have the most what is it, 12? It's 12 on each side. Wait, no. Field punt
11.
return. Is it 11? Okay, so
11
you got
on 11.
22 of the biggest, strongest, most athletic men running into each other. Shit gonna happen.
I agree.
Yeah.
But you
I'm
gotta
gonna
think
get
about
it.
you gotta think about lawsuits and all this other stuff. How you
gonna have a lawsuit when you know? So if I line 11 cars up and align 11 other cars, and I say, "Hey y'all, let's go. We're gonna run into each other," and somebody get hurt, you do what you signed up for.
and that's probably the NFL's take on concussions and CTE in general, take. But when you get these lawsuits and you get these players who have these grievances after they retire and things like that, then these owners and these commissioners are gonna start looking at it like, hey, I'm tired of this. I don't want to deal with this, all this selling out of court and all this stuff. We gotta find ways to make this part of it more safe. So I feel like that's just the NFL protecting their own self, their own
Pretty
interests.
soon be Mr. Black. NFL gonna have their players playing in those bubbles that they run.
You're probably right. I do think at a certain point in time that football isn't going to be the way we know it. That's what I think.
It's gonna be horrible.
That is what I think.
So 50 years, football is gonna be totally
It'll be
different.
robot. If we still got it, it'll be artificial intelligent robots playing it.
Well, I'm happy.
Man, let's hope not.
Hey, I don't give a damn. I'm happy at the fact that either I won't be here or I won't be here.
Right. No, I feel you on that.
Let's hope not.
I think that eventually it's gonna be something like that, man.
Yeah. I would love to see a robotic football game, honestly.
No,
but it's gonna be oil and all kind of stuff.
It's gonna be too calculated. There ain't gonna be no interest in it.
Boy, you see how lively they got these robots?
Yeah, no, I just anything that takes the heart out of it and the unknown out of it, I don't want it. I don't.
No,
you know what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna be. It's all analytics and all, but you know what I'm saying? Like, Jeezy was Travis Kelce and Andy Reid on your list? When we gonna talk about
what?
that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, we can talk about it. Did you see? Okay, so he nudged him, right? Because he wanted to be in the game, and he was out of the game a lot during the first half for whatever reason. He was out of the game, so obviously he nudged him. Andy Reid made light of it. Kelce made light of it, but this is what I want to ask y'all. My boy from the Eagles, AJ Brown, tweeted, "If that had been me and our coach, they gonna want me out of there." So obviously the Chiefs won, no big deal, kumbaya moment. But is it a point to what AJ Brown's saying? Because of who they were, nothing got made of it.
Yeah,
absolutely. I 100% with AJ Green. And I know they like to toe the line of not making it about race, but I absolutely think that it's about race as well. The fact that Travis Kelce dating Taylor Swift, pop star, he's white, she's white, Andy Reid's white. All that is a more comfortable storyline to say it's about nothing than Terrell Owens, Antonio Brown, AJ Brown, or whoever, Black Dez Bryant, whoever you want to say, if they're in that moment the announcers, and I was listening to someone on a sports talk show today make the point that the announcers, if they don't drive that home, then it kind of becomes an afterthought. Because for one, it's the Super Bowl. So of course we focus on now who's gonna win the game. But let's say the announcers spend another 10, 15 minutes still bringing it up. Like, yeah, man, I can't believe Travis Kelce just ran into Andy Reid like that. That kind of Tony Romo and Jim Nantz is kind of like, oh man, did you see that? Oh, okay, yeah, and they keep going. But when it comes to other players, like Dez Bryant yelling at somebody on the sideline, or AJ Brown, going over to Jalen Hurts, or whatever the case may be, it gets made a bigger deal. And they can act like it's not if they want to, but come on, man, we all black men, we all represent different teams, and we see the dynamic between the black players and the difference between the white players in those kind of situations. Winning cures all, but at the same time, that would have been a moment if it had been AJ Brown, and I 100% agree with him.
Well,
they'd have been trying to figure out how to get that brother out.
Can I change my persona and act like BGZ for a second?
Come on, Tate. I'm rubbing out for you.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. I don't think it was about race this time. I don't think it was about race. I think it's about the same thing that you've been pumping, Mr. Black. The 10 million views that you lose if you lose that player, because that means Taylor. Now, let's make the player black, and let's say that's Beyonce bringing in 10 extra million views. I don't think nothing happens. I don't think nothing happens because, in my opinion, it's not what you did, it's who you are.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
So a lot of these people that you brought up, like T.O. and all the rest of them, in my opinion, yes, they were very good, if not great players. However, they were exposable players. Meaning, we can get you out of here and we can get in Ocho Cinco. At that time, it was a plethora of great wide receivers.
I don't know about that, Tate.
It was a plethora of them. We can go get who my boy.
All right, Mr. Black, you with me on that one?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
My boy? Damn, y'all gonna help me with him. Randy Moss. At that time, yeah, Randy Moss, T.O.
He's not available, Tate. You're talking about who can you get? Okay, go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, I truly don't think at that point, this particular situation, I don't think this time it was about race. I don't think that. I don't think it was.
I'm just talking about the reaction. Now, I'm not saying that if it was a black player, they would have kicked him out of the game. So let me be clear. In the Super Bowl, your best players, it don't matter what happened unless you probably kill somebody. You stand in the game because you can help me win the game. But I'm simply talking about the announcers and the media reaction would have been different if it's one of these players that we're talking about. So when we're talking about AJ Brown, who they were already talking about, how he was a little vocal about not getting the ball or being involved. I'm talking about, I don't even look at the Eagles and I heard about that. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's granted, this is the Super Bowl, but I'm saying that's made a bigger of a deal to me because AJ Brown is a black wide receiver. Travis Kelce is a white tight end dating a white pop star. To me, it race does play a factor in there with the announcers not harping on it, and even the media, as far as tweeting on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, as far as what people are saying about it because of it being Travis Kelce. If it's somebody else, let Kadarius Toney would have went over there.
I got an example. Y'all remember when LeBron bumped Eric Spoelstra?
Yeah.
Damn near knocked him down. What was done? Where was the hype? Where was
I don't remember the moment. Can you give me the context?
Exactly. Exactly. You don't remember the moment. So what I'm telling you is not really. It's really.
I see where both of y'all going.
It's who you are. The media will make a big deal based on who you are and where you are and the effect that you'll have against them if they report it positively or negatively.
I see both of y'all points.
It's hard for me to relate the Eric Spoelstra point because I don't. Was it an accident? It was on purpose. Like
no.
He got Travis.
He got pissed at Eric Spoelstra, and he bumped the shit out of Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coming after the timeout.
Okay. Well, yeah. It's just I don't remember, and maybe that might play to your point a little bit. But I'm saying Travis Kelce going over there and shaking the head coach in the middle of calling plays.
Well,
to me,
he shook him.
Andy Reid was about to fall. He did something to the effect.
He is not about.
Andy Reid was about to fall. Tate,
he got caught off guard.
Look, all I'm saying is that another player with the same background, because we got to bring up Travis Kelce's background. Now, Andy Reid asked about him before he drafted him because of the Cincinnati issues. Being suspended for a year. He was suspended for marijuana, if I'm not mistaken, at Cincinnati for a whole year. So it's like when you got somebody, because if it was a black player, they will bring it up the same way. When you got some things in the past to where your character is in question, and then one of these things happen, that's the first thing they doing. Well, you remember at Cincinnati, I'm talking about with a black player. So I'm saying to me, race does matter. It does.
Yeah.
Because they always want to bring up
they
always want to bring up those incidents when it's not even applicable. Let Travis Kelce, to his credit, has been a model citizen since he's been in the league. But when it's a black player, they're gonna, even if he's been good in the league, they're gonna go find that incident in college, hell, in middle school, whatever they can to try to talk about the point in the present tense.
I feel you on that. I totally agree with you. However, remember what I said. It's who you are. It depends on if they want to hang you from whatever cross they want to hang you from. It's who you are. Travis Kelce right now is too valuable.
Right.
It's too valuable based on who he got on his hip. I personally think it would have been treated differently if they didn't make the whole Super Bowl about his woman.
For sure.
I think it would have been treated a little differently. I ain't saying much. A little differently versus you can't throw a bad report out there when you're trying to sell us on how good, because at the end you want to show him and her kissing for the Super Bowl and all that stuff.
For sure.
So
I get what you're saying.
If that's your narrative, of course you're gonna put that little. Wait a minute, we gotta put that out because shit, we gotta build them up.
Right.
And that goes for at a time. It even applied to Kanye when he was with Kim. At a time when they wanted something, when they wanted something from him, but when they figured that either they couldn't get it or he ain't got it, then they throw him. Okay, we can get rid of this. Nah, we don't need no.
I don't know, Tate. I always feel like with black athletes, man, that it doesn't matter how good you are in certain cases. If you do the wrong thing, your ass gone.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree. Again, I agree, but I just feel like in this case, I don't think color dictated what they did. I think celebrity dictated what they did.
I think it was a little bit of both.
I'm not gonna fight you on some of that, but I do agree with Jeezy that I think it's some of both. His skin color to me mattered in that moment about the way it was perceived versus a black player in that same moment. That's all I'm saying. They probably still wouldn't have took him out the game. He probably was still in the game. So all that is probably true. But as far as the reaction, the not feeling like it's a big deal, that's because it's Travis
Every time he caught the ball. Every time he caught the ball.
It seems like he's good now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the announcers just spend a little more time on that, man. That's all I'm saying. Twitter's gone a little more crazier, is all I'm saying about that moment. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel you what you're saying. And we already know that our light is a little bit brighter when it comes to trouble. So, of course, it would have been amplified. However, I just still say that in that particular situation, I think celebrity outweighed the whole color thing.
For sure.
I got one last thing I want to say, and I put this on Facebook. Gentlemen, would y'all been mad if Usher hugged your wife like that?
No.
It depends what context it is, Tate. And I said this, so I'm not going to deviate from it. Because if my wife is an entertainer and she's on stage with Usher, then I don't have a problem with it because it's part of the show. But no, if she's not an entertainer and of course Usher comes or whatever context it is, no, Usher got to see me. But if I'm Swiss Beats in that moment, I'm not tripping as long as it's not like nothing like a kiss or nothing too intimate. I'm okay because it's selling the entertainment, and we know Usher is a showman. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. Yep. So in that moment, I'm not tripping off that.
So my take is he had to know, Swiss Beats did at some point, my wife is going to be up there with Usher performing that song that's a huge hit.
Mm-hmm.
You know who Usher is. You didn't see in these last few concerts where he didn't grab and hugged on somebody. I don't know that whole skit was rehearsed. I think Usher ad-libbed a little bit of that, the little extra,
sure.
And I think that I would not have been mad because I said, and this is the picture I've been painting for everybody, they're both artists. They're both performers. What if Usher was an actor and had to do a love scene with your wife? That's part of her job, is to get up there and perform. Now, the hugging and whatever, my boo, I'm grabbing you, holding you, it's art. And I love his response because he said, y'all are worried about the wrong thing. They did big things out there on that Super Bowl platform, and he got a chance to plug some of his art thing that him and her got going on together. That's one. Now I'm gonna go be Jeezy and go outside the box. How you got her, Swiss Beats? You got her because you were married, right? And she came in and you and her decide that y'all wanted to be a couple and you left your wife, Mashonda, over here to take care of your kids.
Damn,
so the time to be offended was when that happened there, not at the Super Bowl with another man hugging on your woman, because obviously she got a history towards being friendly towards certain men. So no.
Man, let me stretch my legs. First of all, I agree with both sides. Because here's the thing. She's an entertainer. He's an entertainer. They put on a hell of a performance, and I know those things happen. However, I said that shit before I saw the ass rub.
What? See, I ain't see that.
There was an ass rub. Yeah. So now that I see the ass rub, if that was not previously discussed, hey man, I want to perform with your wife, and hey, we doing this song, and it'll just look better if I do this.
Oh, damn that, Tate. Ain't no ass rubbing in the script.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It'll be like, hell no, and find something else to do. And if the ass rub still take place, I'm whooping Usher's ass.
Why?
His ass gonna be nervous for the rest of that damn performance.
Entertainer or not, Tate, he can't touch my wife's ass now. Entertainer or not, you can't do that.
Did you see him rub the ass?
I did not. But I don't get why y'all.
If you look at it, like right when he turn her around, watch where his hand is. His hand ain't around her waist. Saying his hand is low.
Okay, I'm gonna go at it with both of y'all. Why y'all be mad though?
Why would I be mad?
Yeah,
because we didn't agree on that, and that's my wife.
That's not part of it. That's not part of it.
That ain't part of the deal.
Rubbing the ass ain't part of it, bro. That's that don't do nothing for the audience.
Now, I took one L before. Let me tell y'all, I took an L. Yes, Mr. TMI took an L. When I first had the opportunity, Dwayne Wade's rookie year, and we went to the game and we wanted to take a picture. And my wife knew them a little bit before me. And so when him and my wife went to take a picture, I noticed that they was cheek to cheek. And in my mind, I said, hey. But then I said, fuck it, shit. Fuck flash. Shit. I took one for the team. But I always said, but don't worry, because I'm going to get them back, right? And I had the opportunity to go, dude, I swear to God, I was going to go cheek to cheek with Gabrielle, except
you should have.
Yeah.
It was during COVID. It was during COVID, and that's the only thing that stopped. I swear to God, I was going, and I was going to tell him, hey, Dwayne, this payback. This right here, this payback.
No, real. Let me look. I want to, cause I gotta go, cause I got some with my wife to where we not trying to miss our routine at the gym. But I just one last thing though before do y'all feel like if Swiss Beats actually, cause Corey Espy made this point and I agreed with him. Do y'all think that if Swiss Beats did have a problem, he could have voiced it publicly, or and it would have been met with people understanding, or would have been a bunch of he's insecure, I can't believe he had a problem with that, because I feel like that Swiss Beats couldn't have said anything other than what he said, which is, so if that's how he truly felt, that's cool, but I'm saying I don't think he could have said anything differently. I don't think he could have said, you know what, Usher, you know what, I ain't really like the way, what I'm saying, he was all up on. If he would have said that, they would have said he was insecure, he was this and that. So I just want y'all take on, do y'all think that as a black man or a man in general, because I don't know if this is just a black man thing, that if you say something, some like in this context where it's opposite of what people expect you to say, that it'll be received, or would it be scrutinized?
Jesus, go ahead, I'm gonna give you a minute, bro. Then we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay. Real quick, I think he would have been scrutinized either way, because that's his wife. Okay, you're supposed to say something because that's your wife. If he get tough on him, Swiss Beats, why you acting like that? That's just Usher. That's the little pop star. I feel like this. You know who your wife is. You know what kind of chemistry they have or had. You did not have a problem when she told you she was going up there to perform with Usher.
Right.
So if you need to really check anybody, check her.
All right, my take on that is he's the only person in history to win in a lose-lose situation. His response was perfect.
Yep.
Because if he would have responded this way, he'd have been a punk. If he responded this way, he's insecure.
Right.
You responded in a perfect manner, and then how you respond in the house is y'all business.
Facts.
That's it.
Facts.
Check her.
That's what I say. I said we don't really know if he had a. So but again, Jesus is like almost like, so when she comes to Swiss and says, "Hey, Usher wants me to perform with him at the Super Bowl," because of the magnitude, I don't know if Alicia has ever been on the Super Bowl because I don't remember seeing her. But it's like, can you really even say, "Oh, with Usher"? I don't, because it's like it's gonna be her moment. It's something that's gonna be big for her career. Can you really even voice at that time that I don't like that? I don't want you to do it. Really though?
Yeah. Hold on. If my wife would have came to me and said, Usher want me to perform at the Super Bowl again, my only question for her is, do we still got that bump? If the bump going, all right.
Petty. Okay, you my kind of petty. You my kind of petty.
If the bump gone, then I'm all right with that. But if he
because here's the thing, she's a performer. That's her passion. That's her art. You're gonna deny me on a higher stage, from being up there. Usher freestyle probably grabbed the lady booty. And Swiss Beats probably saw it. They probably having a conversation about, hey, did you know he was gonna do that? It might not be another one. However, I don't think you jump out the window off that.
For sure.
Well, I know one thing. Usher need to stop starting shit.
He ain't gonna stop.
He is.
At this point, he's in his persona.
He'll stop when one of them husbands roll up on his ass. So
I don't think they're gonna be able to get to him, Tate. You talking about Usher been famous for a long time, man. If you think he out here rolling without a security team, man, you crazy.
No. Usher is actually messing with folks' wives with money and fame.
Yeah,
So they could
same
get
thing.
to him a little easier than if he touched Noah.
Not unless they finna go, you know what I'm saying, gangster with it. Otherwise, you still gotta go through the security team before you even get to me. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think Swiss Beats can cross a red carpet with Usher, act like he's finna shake his hand and then slap the shit
Oh
out?
no. Okay, you got me there. Like but I'm saying if Swiss Beats knows the energy, he's not gonna be able to get to him. Off guard, like I don't know nothing about it. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
I bet you Chris Rock thought his security team was straight until Will Smith. Well, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's not a good example, Tate. Nope, in a room
What do
full
you
of
mean?
stars, because in a room full of stars.
That's what I'm saying. A star versus that's what I'm saying. He's messing with stars.
No, I know that, but I'm saying Chris Rock, I'm sure it was security at the Oscars for the fans or for anybody that might be seat fillers or whatever. But when you're talking about a room full of stars, like nobody was alarmed when Will Smith got up because of Will Smith's character. You thought he was gonna go up there, make a little joke, maybe take the mic real quick and say something, and then give it back to Chris, and it'd be a little funny moment. Nobody on this earth expected Chris Rock to get slapped by Will Smith in that moment. So that's a little different. You know what I'm saying? That's a little different, Tate. That's a little different, man.
Playing, and just to let everybody know, that's kind of the personality I got. You think I'm playing, and then all of a sudden, bang.
No, I thought it was fake at first. I definitely thought it was fake at first. I
thought it was fake until I thought it was fake until the audio got distorted, and then I was like, no. I called my wife. I said, yo, something just happened. This is real. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And when they played the live feed from another country that had no edits,
right?
I said, wow. But we ain't gonna talk about that. We gotta wrap this up, man. You gotta go on the date with the price.
For sure, man. Hey, always a pleasure.
Appreciate y'all talking that Super Bowl talk. Go ahead, real quick, Mr. Black.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say always a pleasure, man. I'm on here frequently now to shout out everything, but stay tapped in. Appreciate y'all, man. And next time you want me on here, let me know, man. I'm here.
Most definitely. And just like Mr. Black, we're about to black out of here. We'll holler at y'all.